What is up, guys? Dashing here, bringing you episode 615 of Community Universe Mode and edition 7 of Aftermath, which was obviously supposed to be streamed after Supremacy on a Friday, but some things came up, so here we are now on this lovely Sunday afternoon. Glad to see y'all, and I hope you are ready for some great action. As always, starting off with Sadhana taking on Leo Cruz, guys. We're going to see Rob Cross versus Reeves in a 0G division match. We have got Harvey Hastings versus NGW champion Dante Tatum, and what should be a very exciting match, could easily steal the show. And in our main event, a fatal 4-way elimination match between Adam Valentine, Shamrock, Marvelous Marvin, and Vance Vintage to decide who will be next in line for a shot at the Anarchy Championship. This is definitely going to be quite a matchup to get things underway. A severe size difference, as you can see, unless you are blind, in which case I apologize. With Sadhana going to easily overpower Leo Cruz as he pushes him into the corner, but maybe even more surprising, a clean break between the two. Unmatched alumni. Sadhana kind of in a weird place right now because we've all been witnessing kind of the downfall of the control these past few weeks. I mean, ever since Sadhana and Cameron Cray returned from suspension, things have not been going well for the trio. They lost that 6-man tag team match to PJ Moon and X-Gen, and then Sadhana and Cray failed to capture the tag team titles at Absolution, while Percy Simmons obviously did not win the Royal Rumble match, and Percy Simmons kind of been veering off on his own in the wake of Sadhana and Cray being suspended. So Sadhana here, one-on-one, his first singles match actually for the first time in a long while. I can't even recall the last time he went solo. Of course, over on Unmatched, he went unbeaten for nearly an entire season, was the last ever European champion. Even to this date, has only been pinned and defeated 3 times, twice of those losses taking place this season. So even though there might be a little bit of ring rust as he has nobody backing him up, I'm sure it won't take long, as we see right here, for him to knock it off. Regal cutter. Although Leo Cruz, nobody to sneeze at. Cruz actually coming off of a victory a couple of weeks ago, putting down Xander Slate's goon, Kyle Ross, so he's got a bit of momentum behind him. Sadhana, nice takedown. Big man gonna go after the knee of Leo Cruz. Watch that 5 count bending the rules in his favor. Gonna do it again. Referee Murphy gotta get in there. Sadhana knows, though, he's got him to the count of 5 to break the hold before he's disqualified. Just picking Leo Cruz apart limb by limb right now. Now goes for a lateral press, but that's not going to be enough to get the job done. Nice takedown by Cruz, who's going to have to find a way to use his speed and agility to outmaneuver Sadhana here. Into the midsection and a clothesline right out of the ring goes Leo Cruz. Sadhana returning to form. Been so used to competing as a part of a unit in the control. It's got to feel good for him in a way. Irish whipping Cruz back into the ring, but Cruz is already to his feet trying to catch the Savior in disguise off guard. Oh, but here's vintage Sadhana with these repeated body splashes, and a man his size, 300 plus pounds, squashing a man Leo Cruz's size. Now just unloading on Cruz with a combination of harsh strikes, just looking down at the multi-time champion. Oof. Head scissors DDT. Leo Cruz carved out a path for himself on Unmatched, and here we get a little bit of dark matter. The arm hook, leg hook, reverse STO. Now up on that second turnbuckle. Hang on a minute. Leo Cruz could be looking for a huge upset. Little Leo, but no. Trying for that tornado. Lil Leo did not go his way. Only a 1 count though. Sadhana was hoping to put him away that easy. drag from Cruz. Sadhana quickly returns to a vertical base, now throwing Cruz overhead with that mini fireman's carry. Taking him for a cheeky walk across the ring. Gets stopped just before they arrive at the ropes. A trio of elbows to the midsection. Gonna suck the air right up out of Sadhana. Oh, now another kick to the gut, but that one gets caught. Trip up by Sadhana, who turns into a half Boston Crab. Leo Cruz, be forced to swing here, no able to turn onto his back and push Sadhana off. Now, look at this. Leo Cruz gonna go for a submission, a knee bar. Jamal Sadhana. 3 punches directly to the face, but it seems like Jamal is already suffering from the effects. Oh, hang on a minute, Sadhana. Oh, man. What? Not just 1, but 2. Good night, Leo Cruz. Sadhana has got the... Did he just not pin Cruz? He had the match won right there. I guess trying to send a message to everybody that he has not missed a step as a singles competitor. This has now turned into an onslaught. Wicked spinebuster. Sadhana still isn't done. Irish whip into the corner. Oh, man. I think he was going for that top rope powerbomb we've been seeing him hit recently. And if he gets that off, there will be no getting up for Leo Cruz. Keeps trying, and Cruz is adamantly fighting out of the corner again and again. Now Sadhana has had enough. What? Leo Cruz sandbagging Sadhana. Clothesline runs him over, now dragged by the shoulders. Playing possum though was Cruz, gets a kick off to the top of the head, punch to the upper back, kick to the ribs, and a sunset flip powerbomb by the former Royal Rumble winner. Of course, we're coming off of this year's Royal Rumble at Absolution. EJ Moon victorious. He will go on to headline Ascendant 7, but little Leo connects this time. And maybe Sadhana screwed himself by playing around for too long, but still able to kick out. This match gonna continue. Leo Cruz looking around like he can't believe it. Trying to garner the support of this crowd. Hang on a minute. Shades of his luchador background. Oh my God, Leo Cruz has just stolen the win from Jamal Sadhana. Did you see the look on Sadhana's face? His jaw dropped, as did everybody else in the arena. Jamal Sadhana has just been pinned for only the 4th time ever, guys, and only the 2nd time ever in singles competition. This is huge. And Sadhana had the match won after hitting those 2 AAs back to back and then a spine buster, but he refused to go for the pin, and it was to his detriment, although the little Leo didn't get the job done. Cruz followed up with a beautiful roll-up, and Sadhana is arguing with Harvey saying it can't be, it can't be. Leo Cruz is on a roll. Sadhana is pissed. Action continues here on Aftermath number 7, guys, as now we get into a bit of a 0G division competition. This past Friday on Supremacy episode 7 that we saw DRH dethrone Jaquan Shea in an epic brawl for the 0G championship to become the new title holder. So now the next contender must be decided. Rob Cross and Ace Reeves have the chance to go up on the leaderboards first. Things not starting off slowly between these two. Apparently no feeling out process, despite the fact that this is the first time ever these two are going one-on-one. Ace Reeves from NGW, of course, is the current Magnificent Six contract holder, meaning he can cash in anytime, anywhere for an NGW championship match. And funnily enough, the NGW champion is on this episode of Aftermath as well. Up next, taking on Harvey Hastings, is Dante Tatum. Ace Reeves, nice swinging neck breaker right there. Remember the rules of a 0G division. Is this a 0G? Where's the clock? I definitely set this up as 0G. I don't know where the clock is. Okay, that's odd. Huh. I guess this is just going to be a standard match unless the clock is invisible this time. It did that a lot last game, so that could be a possibility that the clock just isn't showing up. I guess we'll find out once a fall is scored. Maybe this is just a standard singles match and I was mistaken. Either way, been very competitive. Straight out of the gate, Ace Reeves currently in control over a CMV vet, I would call him, at this point in Rob Cross. And you got to wonder what's going through Rob Cross's mind with the return of his best friend and tag team partner, Chris Diamond, and Absolution in the Royal Rumble match, and then to Supremacy this past Friday, although his return wasn't great, thanks to Harvey Hastings, who interfered and cost Diamond a match against Paul Devine. But Rob Cross has got to focus on his own endeavors at the moment. Former Fusion Tag Team Champion and Light Heavyweight Champion. Thrown up against the rope, slingshotted back towards the center of the ring. Ace Reeves going to pounce on him, looking to continue the damage. Irish whip into the corner again. Turns him around, getting a good old look at that Chrome Dome, and Ace Reeves is calling for the end already. DDT from the high rent district, and Reeves straight to the top. We know what he's looking for, that corkscrew moonsault, but Cross gets his knees up. Ace Reeves got a bit overzealous, was looking to put this one away neatly, but Rob Cross, bam, to the face with that ripcord knee strike. 1, 2. But Reeves able to dig down deep and carry on. Seen Ace Reeves on NGW, you know this kid has heart, does not give up easily, and is all but guaranteed to be a future NGW champion. Here on the main roster, vying to capture the 0G title. Nice kick up. Ace Reeves gonna go right after Rob Cross, who was almost like stunned. Gets a knee to the midsection though. And although Cross can be an acrobatic, very athletic competitor, I think he more enjoys a slower pace where he can pick his opponent apart. Look at that, taking off the top turnbuckle, exposing guys the steel beneath, and referee Murphy did not see it. Ace Reeves, though, able to counter whatever Cross is going for there with the reverse DDT, now trying to rally the crowd behind him, going to the top rope again. As Cross is on spaghetti legs. Oh my God! A West Coast pop! You got to imagine someone like Rey Mysterio, a legend in this business, is an inspiration for a kid the likes of Ace Reeves. Another Hurricane Rana. This time sent Rob Cross face first into that second turnbuckle. Showing off a bit with that front flip, but may have been a mistake. Rob Cross dragging him by the arm. Try to snap it in two, it would seem. Misses the stomp though. Not the knife edge chop, however, it does get blocked. Mr. Magnificent Six and Rob Cross gets hit with his own dirty heel tactics back first off of the exposed steel in the corner. That is what you get, Cross. And Ace Reeves going to use that to build into another top rope DDT. Hit with such force that it almost knocked referee Murphy off. But now Rob Cross's games come back to aid him, as this has already been well over a 3 count. Murphy's distracted, fixing the turnbuckle. 1, 2, 3, and it pays off. Rob Cross kicks out at the very last millisecond. Reeves is livid. That was over a 10 count, I think. But now he goes to the top rope, going to try again for the corkscrew moonsault. Will he get it this time? No! Cross gets the knees up again. Oh, and Cross is busted open. I don't know when that happened, but he is bleeding. Ace Reeves hits a clothesline. This has been extremely competitive. Whether or not it's going to count for the Zero-G division. Super kick into a straight jacket German suplex, and I think it might be night-night for Ace Reeves, ladies and gentlemen. No, the Kid kicking out again. And the Global Phenom is finding it hard to put Reeves down permanently, but maybe another one of those ripcord knee strikes will do the trick. The manipulator of gravity, though, says, not so fast. And will the third time be the charm? Reeves with that top rope tornado DDT just hit with such precision directly to the pin. 1, 2, 3, and Ace Reeves victorious. Mr. Magnificent 6. Whether or not this will actually count towards getting him some points on the Zero-G leaderboards. A phenomenal match and a big win for Reeves over someone the caliber of Rob Cross. Something must have gotten lost in translation. So I thought this was a Zero-G division match. Oh, hello, Murphy's insides. That was an unpleasant thing to see. Big win for the Kid, Ace Reeves. Up next, let's see if NGW champion Dante Tatum can match him when going one-on-one with Harvey Hastings. And this is the match I'm most looking forward to here on this episode of Aftermath number 7, even though in our main event still to come a fatal 4-way elimination match between Adam Valentine, Shamrock, Marvelous Marvin, and Vance Vintage to decide who will be next in line for a shot at Walter Belay's Anarchy Championship. First, it is Harvey Hastings one-on-one with Dante Tatum. And Hastings been in the news all week long after what he did to Chris Diamond this past Friday on Supremacy. It was Diamond's big return, going one-on-one with Paul Devine, and just as he had Devine beat, guys, Harvey Hastings ran down to the ring, created a distraction, knocked out Diamond, which allowed Devine to pin the Baller and win the match. Harvey Hastings seemingly has been holding this grudge with Diamond since what happened last year between them involving the Undisputed World Heavyweight Championship, but right now, Harvey Hastings has got quite a task at hand. Because if he underestimates someone like Dante Tatum, it will be his downfall. Start with a collar and elbow tie-up. Clean break. Shocked at Harvey Hastings in an attempt to take a cheap shot as he usually does. The past, though, meaning the future right here. We know Harvey Hastings is set to retire at Ascendant 7 due to not only physical constraints on his body, but more importantly, mental issues he's been going through, as we've all seen this season. But he is still in tip-top condition. But Dante Tatum, no slow build in this match, immediately plunges off the top rope to the outside, attempting a knee drop, it looked like, but that could actually have some serious repercussions on Tatum's knee. Let's keep a close eye on that throughout the rest of this match. Both men back in the ring. We get a pump handle sit-out facebuster by the NGW champion, Dante Tatum, who had his own rough night on Supremacy this past Friday. He was really hoping to get payback on Pierre Thompson as a part of a tag team match. It was the international champion and Perry Heenan taking on Shea Hoxton and Tatum. And despite a valiant effort and a surprising outing by Hoxton and Tatum as a team, they worked very well together. Ooh, twist of fate to Hastings, directly into a pin. One. They weren't able to get the job done, just as Tatum wasn't able to do so right there. And Harvey Hastings might be finding himself slipping into the deep end now. Dante Tatum needing to put together some wins. His loss in the Absolution Royal Rumble match and on Supremacy this past Friday. Ooh! That was a jumping discus punch. I've never seen that before, but that's what you could expect from Dante Tatum. New and innovative maneuvers each and every single match he has. You know, beating someone like Harvey Hastings will give Dante Tatum a huge boost of momentum heading into his championship defense tomorrow night on NGW TV against Tenra. Another pump handle sit-out facebuster, guys, into the pin. Only a 1 count still. Harvey Hastings, a former world champion, not going down so easy for the NGW champion. Now we get that sunset flip powerbomb. 1, 2. Nearly got that 3 count. And since the bell rang, I'd say this match has been largely controlled by Dante Tatum. Never count out Harvey Hastings, though. Modified Michinoku driver. The psychopath can come out of nowhere with any one of his lethal combination of strikes, but also defeat you just as easy coming off the top rope with his Blitzkrieg Shooting Star Press or on the mat with his Anaconda Vice. But right now, he's getting his face rearranged as Tatum just smashes him off that top turnbuckle. Northern Lights suplex. Tatum gonna roll through, and that is some strength that you might not expect from someone the size of Dante Tatum. And look at that perfect positioning. Tatum to the top rope, looking for the 6-star frog splash. Thanks for coming, Harvey Hastings. 1, 2, 3. Dante Tatum victorious. That is now both of the Hastings that Dante Tatum has gotten the better of. Because in the past, he has knocked off Stefan as well. That was not what I expected, guys. I think Harvey Hastings got caught off guard, underestimated Dante Tatum going into this match, and, well, we all saw what happened. Despite some attempted comebacks here and there, Tatum, for the most part, was in control, and a beautiful 6-star frog splash to put Hastings away. This is a much-needed win for Dante Tatum. Now we'll see how he fares tomorrow night against Tenra with the NGW Championship on the line. But at least for right now, there's some celebrating that needs to be done. Dante Tatum just pinned a former world champion. Finishing things off, guys, in our main event with a fatal 4-way elimination match. Adam Valentine, Shamrock, Marvelous Marvin, and Vance Vintage guys going to vie for who will be next in line. A shot at Walter Willet's Anarchy Championship up for grabs. And going into this, there's, a couple of stories. Adam Valentine and Marvelous Marvin, as of late, have been getting very heated with each other. Most recently, we saw them put on a classic. Honestly, it was a... How could you have expected those two to put on the type of match that they did? And in the end, Marvelous Marvin was able to just barely pull out that victory. And then Shamrock and Vance Vintage have been in each other's face for a few weeks now. They were actually a part of that number 1 contenders match on Supremacy last month, along with Bannon, who ended up winning, and Vance Vintage decided to call Shamrock out for a one-on-one match, but that ended up being not such a good idea because Shamrock speared him into another dimension a couple of weeks ago. Also got that minor history between Marvelous Marvin and Vance Vintage. A few months ago when Genesis was still around, they were trying to mess around with Chris Proudfoot. Led to that epic triple threat match at CyberSlam that Vance Vintage was victorious in, I'm pretty sure. We all know that Vintage dashing memory. Look at this, Marvelous Marvin and Vance Vintage actually now going face to face as Shamrock. Oh! Shamrock might be the first to go. Adam Valentine playing possum lures him into a small package. You've already seen one upset tonight via a small package with Leo Cruz defeating Jamal Sadhana earlier. And of course, as it is a fatal 4-way, no countouts and no disqualifications, but finish submission can only take place in the ring. Last man standing will earn an Anarchy Championship match. Valentine currently having a hold of Shamrock, stretching back his leg, and I'm pretty sure someone like Shamrock doesn't do a whole lot of yoga. Doesn't paint me as the kind of man that you'll see, in a studio on a mat. Downward dog. Kicks the midsection. Nice DDT from Adam Valentine, who had his shot at the Anarchy Championship a couple of months ago, and honestly had Walter Goulet close to beat through everything at the Machine the Eliminator, including a shot with a steel chair and using brass knuckles. I know Adam Valentine would love the chance to face Goulet again because he knows he can beat him. Meanwhile, Shamrock has been trying to get this shot at the Anarchy Championship for months now. Spinebuster. Valentine could be up first to head to the showers. No, kick out. Close one though. Shamrock not letting up. This could be a very close range spear. Oh my lord. With pretty much no head start, Shamrock still finds a way to make that spear incredibly devastating. Looks like he got shot out of the cannon. Valentine finds a way to stick in it though. That's how much he wants another shot at Goulet. Meanwhile, on the outside, Marvelous Marvin and Vance Vintage have been beating the snot out of each other all around the ringside area. It's not falls count anywhere though. Valentine is Hangman's DDT. Down on his knees, Valentine stroking that beautiful beard of his. Now he goes for a camel clutch, continuing to try and make Shamrock submit. I don't know how much of a good strategy that is. Shamrock so far in his CMV career has never tapped out. Through the legs. Here comes Marvelous Marvin though. Maybe looking for his hammerlock DDT. Shamrock's fighting off everyone. Counters one signature. Oh, Marvin, the cheeky bastard, just broke up Adam Valentine's attempted cutter off the shoulders. Now he's going to pay for it. Everybody is like bullying Shamrock just as Shamrock was finally getting up. Vance Vintage in the ring just kicks him in the face. Oh, look at those hip gyrations. Shamrock from behind, though, didn't see that coming. That's twice now, by the way, that Marvelous Marvin has inadvertently saved Shamrock from sure defeat. And now we get the blast from the past pile driver. Shamrock going to steal the pin. Marvelous Marvin going to be the first eliminated. That's quite a thank you. So now 3 remain. Adam Valentine, Shamrock, and Vance Vintage. Hang on a minute, Valentine again with the brass knuckles, but it's legal this time. There's no disqualifications. 1, 2, what? Why would Shamrock break up that pin? That was an elimination right there. I have no idea why Shamrock would do that. Valentine is livid. Can't say that I blame him. Marvin heading to the back, complete shot. The only reason I could come up with that Shamrock would break that pin is maybe he wants to be the one to eliminate Vance Vintage with their ongoing bad blood. That was just stupid, though. At least Shamrock's gonna let this submission happen. Valentine wrenching back on the leg. Oh, and Vintage taps! Vance Vintage submits to the hamstring attack and is now down to Adam Valentine and Shamrock, guys, for who will challenge Walter DeLay next for an Anarchy Championship match. This is what Shamrock has been working for months now. But he's going to have to get past the former Fusion Tag Team Champion and CMV vet first, the crafty Adam Valentine. 1, 2. I can't believe Vintage tapped. I mean, he was in that hamstring stretch for a long time. And oh, Valentine, slapjack. Shamrock at the last second, saving his own skin. And now from the corner, full steam ahead with the spear. A second time, and I do believe it is time to go to sleep for the GOAT. Shamrock has gotten himself the Anarchy Championship match he's been wanting. And imagine what a war that's going to be. Shamrock versus Walter DeLay. This match unfolded in a way that I did not expect it to. Marvelous Marvin the first eliminated after a blast from the past pile driver by Vance Vintage, but was pinned by Shamrock. I don't get why Shamrock, though, broke up the pin Valentine had on Vance Vintage after the shot with the brass knuckles, but then let the submission happen. Maybe it was a momentary lapse by Shamrock. Either way, it doesn't matter because in the end, he is the last man standing. Will he be the one to stop the machine? I guess we'll find out. Well, guys, thank you, as always, for tuning in and watching along with me for this short Sunday stream of Aftermath. We will be back tomorrow night with NGW TV, episode 43, I'm pretty sure. An NGW Championship match, though, you're not going to want to miss as we continue on the road to Ascended 7. Woo woo! Very, very, very excited for these next couple of months. But if you are new to the show, make sure you drop a follow so that you know when I go live. And you all know the usual deets. Exclamation point join will give you a link to our website. Exclamation point Twitter. Exclamation point Discord. Links to our, you guessed it, you're a very smart man or woman, Twitter and Discord. But I hope you enjoy the rest of your Sunday night, and I will see you when I see you. Bye.